G'day to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. What I'd love to do today on this awesome, spectacular Sydney spring day is to go through another book and add another book to the inventory of books that I've been able to amass on my YouTube channel, where I've got over 2,500 vlogs that I've personally delivered. And the book that I've selected for today's episode is entitled The Growth Delusion, a book that was published on the 25th of January 2018 by an author who goes by the name of David Pilling. For decades we've been told that economic growth is the ultimate measure of progress, that when GDP rises, life must be getting better on a progressive basis. But what if that's a lie we've mistakenly accepted as being a truth? In this book, The Growth Delusion, David Pilling dismantles one of the most powerful myths of modern economics, that numbers alone can capture the quality of human life. With the sharpness of a seasoned journalist and the heart of a storyteller, Pilling takes readers on a global journey from booming cities to forgotten rural communities to show how our obsession with growth has actually blinded us to what really matters. GDP might tell us how much we produce, he argues, but not how we live, love, nor thrive. It can't measure community, it can't measure purpose, and it certainly can't measure dignity. And when it becomes our only metric, it absolutely distorts our priorities, making us richer in data but poorer in meaning. So the first key message to come from this author is that GDP is not the same as progress. Gross domestic product measures output, not well-being. A rising GDP can coexist with inequality, ecological damage, and widespread unhappiness and unfulfillment. When it's all said and done, real progress requires metrics that reflect human and environmental health, as well as emotional health, spiritual health, and all the other aspects and bits that make us a complete person. What we measure ultimately shapes what we value. And when governments chase just economic numbers, what happens is that they often neglect community life, mental health, and social sustainability. If we change our measures, we change our mindset and eventually change our policies and things that we do and focus on. Growth without equality is hollow, and Pilling shows that growth concentrated in the hands of a few doesn't actually lift society as a whole, because it fractures it, it separates it, it divides it. Economic justice must accompany economic expansion for true development to occur, according to this author. The author focuses on well-being and says that well-being depends on connection, not on consumption. Societies that focus solely on wealth often suffer spiritually as well as socially. Real prosperity is built on trust, is built on a sense of belonging and shared purpose, not just material comfort, which we all begin to realise as the years passed. And the last point to come from this author is where he says that it's time to redefine what the good life actually is. And this book challenges readers to move from a growth-centred worldview to a life-centred worldview, where health, education, happiness, and harmony with nature and with each other become the real and the new measures of success. So, in conclusion, this book, The Growth Delusion, is not just an economics book, it's a moral wake-up call. David Pilling invites us to look beyond the illusion of endless growth and ask a simpler yet harder and more honest question. What kind of world are we actually building? His message is both sobering and hopeful. When we stop worshipping dollars and numbers, we can start nurturing people and living a life that actually has meaning and is worthwhile. So thank you once again for joining me on this episode of Jim's 5am Club, where we've gone through another book, adding episode after episode, one at a time, a day at a time, and hopefully I'll get to a new milestone within the next 6 months, where we go from 2,500 episodes to try and get to 3,000 episodes. And when I look back and reflect, my initial goal, my initial wild goal when I first started, was to do 1,000 vlogs within 3 years. but I actually pushed myself back in 2020 during COVID to be able to deliver 1,000 in that first year. I'm at 2,500 now, and I will continue, God willing, as long as I've got health of body, health of mind, and the abundance of material, and as the Greeks say, orexy, then I will continue unabated and try and get to 3,000 and develop and be the owner, the proud owner of a library that has the world's biggest collection of personal development material in the form of OPE, and make that available to all and sundry to help people grow and develop by using and tapping into OPE, which is other people's experiences. Because as we know, you can only live one life at a time, whereas when you tap into other people's experiences, you can actually live multiple lives in parallel, learning from their experiences. They're both positive experiences and negative experiences, and also tapping into their deep thinking and using it to be able to live a better life and to be able to work and live with those around you. So take care, look after yourself, and once again, get out and about and enjoy, make the most of this beautiful weather that we have, and the magical waterways of Sydney Harbour. Take care until we chat again, and it's Jim signing off from Jim's 5am Club. And as we can see, we've got a couple of baby swallows here, and the parents are doing the rounds and coming back and feeding them. It's just beautiful. I'll come here from day to day to see them take wing and to enjoy watching them swooping and flying through the air. Take care. Bye for now.